The Florida State Board of Education released a new set of standards for the African American history course. And of course, the left is like freaking out about it. So the new curriculum is going to teach Florida students that slaves were taught skills that were later they could apply for their personal benefit. Right. So you talk about trade, carpentry, tailoring, blacksmithing, painting. I think it's just common sense that, yes, slavery was horrible, but two things can be true at once. Mm-hmm. Under slavery, you could have been taught these skills that were taken advantage of while you were a slave, but later in life you used for personal benefit. Well, Ana Navarro, whose brain is about the size of a peanut, she is, of course, from The View, just could not believe that the evil dictator Ron DeSantis of Florida would be whitewashing slavery. Watch.
How dare you? Shame on you people in Florida. How dare you try to whitewash slavery? And to the Commissioner of Education in Florida, Manny Diaz, a Cuban American, that is like saying that there's a redeeming quality to Cuban political prisoners under Castro. Yeah. When you don't have freedom, you don't have anything. And for this man, Ron DeSantis, who's apparently his only skill that he has acquired is lying and creating culture wars that he thinks are going to make him president, they're not, buddy. That's why you're 30 points down.
I would love to know if she had this same energy when Bernie Sanders praised Cuba's literacy program, which of course was used to indoctrinate all of them into communism. But I don't think I recall her having that same energy, which, by the way, it is true. Like if I were to sit here and say, oh, you want to talk about Cuba? They did teach people to read. That is true.
Yes.
The communism part, not great.
I go even further. I know a lot of Cuban Americans, and every one of them love America. And you know what? They tend to have conservative values, and they tend to hate communism, and they tend to fight back against, and they tend to be very well versed. So being under communism actually did benefit them because they came out with a really good worldview. And they appreciate freedom more than people who were born into it.
Ana Navarro would hate you.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just the fact. See, because that's the thing. Adversity does teach you some things. That's actually a biblical principle. Mm. That you don't learn things when you're having a good time. School and education, all those, I mean, they're not a good time. Now, slavery is the ultimate not good time. It wasn't a good time for anybody. It is a scar on America's history. It's a scar on humanity, to be honest with you. But, this whole thing of trying to say, you said it best when you said two things can be true at once. I mean, they actually did learn certain trades, certain skills. You want to know why the greater population of African Americans, blacks in America, still tend to be in the deep South of America? Because that's where they were, that's where they were freed, that's where they were emancipated, and that's where they stayed. Mm-hmm. And they continued to work in agrarian society, in domestic society, and they continue with that. So again, does that excuse slavery? No, but don't call that the whitewashing of history. I mean, listen, you're an African man. I've been to Africa extensively. I've spent a lot of time in Africa. I've had Black American friends go with me on trips to Africa, and them looking around going, I don't know what to do here. Yeah. These are not my people.
Never experienced this, don't understand.
Don't understand it.
There's levels, buddy, in life. Yeah. You learn there's levels.
Yeah.
It's called pee-wee football, then it's called varsity, and there's levels to these things. And I always am so entertained. And by the way, did Ana Navarro just said she preferred Trump? Is that what she
I know.
said?
I'm like, are you knocking him for being down in the polls? So you do want Trump,
She wants Trump. You may just get what you ask for. And then she's going to sing like another kind of a bird. It's always fascinating to me when Americans talk about slavery and, but they're reading about things from a past. When there's nations where it's fresh. It's fresh. As a senior in high school, when we went from apartheid to a free nation. I didn't have to read about it in a history book. I was the first graduating class. Right. I was there. And the diabolical lies that they believe in this country, they don't know. So 13 million slaves, 10 to 13 million slaves left Africa. 366,000 came to North America. Now, one is too many. Mm. The rest went to Brazil, to Cuba, to Haiti, to the Dominican Republic. So you may want to go look at your ancestry a little bit there, okay? You may want to look at what did they do to slaves. And of course, the Bible, Chad. says this to us. The Lord will not allow you to walk into any situation that He has not already given you a way out. And it's from glory to glory, which means no matter what situation you're in today, if you keep your eyes on the hills, you will in fact learn a skill. Even sex traffic victims, we talk to them all the time, and you can ask them, how did you stay alive? I learned skills. To manipulate my manipulator, to stay alive, to not let him smash my head against the wall. I learned how to negotiate. Today they'll tell you those skills kept me alive. So to Sarah's point, to now tell that survivor, oh, by the way, those skills meant nothing. Don't tell people you learned skills because that somehow lessens your plight.
Right.
Are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only to someone who, again, has a brain the size of a peanut. Would someone think that?
If you like that clip, there is plenty more where that came from. Click the link in the description below to subscribe to the News and Why It Matters YouTube channel to watch the full episode.